hotspots. Okay, so these are your hotspots. So let's take a look. It's hard to do this while I'm sharing screen. Hold on a second. Okay, so the first one, fluffy topaz condor. Do we see that here? I do not see that. Oh wait, I'm in my back office. I'm sorry. I wonder how that happened. That shouldn't be the case. Let me a second here. I gotta get back to your back office. It's weird. I've never seen that happen before. Why is it going to me? That's really weird. Give me a second here.
I think because we still don't have the access
No,
for
it's
that.
nothing you've done. This is I do this all the time. It's something weird. It's not doing the way it normally works. It should not, it should be staying in your back office. I should not be bouncing back into mine when I do this. Yeah, that's weird. I'm going to try one more thing. We may have to do it where you share your screen and I tell you what to do rather than me logging into your back office, because for some reason I'm not able to get to where I am supposed to. I'm going to try one more thing. Let's try this one more time.
What if you log out your account first?
Yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to try, but
okay.
Let me do this. I just logged out, changed the admin login. So let me see. I've literally never had this happen before. All right, now I'm going to log out of admin. And if I can't do it here, then I will, then we'll just have to have you share. I'll give you the ability to share your, no, you share your screen and just log into your own back office. No, no good. All right, so can you go ahead and share your screen? I'll stop sharing.
I cannot log in without VPN. My VPN is not ready. This laptop. Pak Agung bisa?
Bisa Pak.
Oke, Pak Agung tolong.
Oke.
You can turn your VPN on now if you have one. The other side of the coin, let me try another strategy where I can see if I can validate it from an admin point of view. But I wanted to teach you how to do it so that as we move forward, you know how to do the process and you don't have to rely on me.
This is my
okay. But are we in Dr. Putra's account?
Ya, Pak Agung perlu login punya saya, Pak.
Oh, boleh Pak, coba Pak.
You have to be in Dr. Putra's account.
Oke, sebentar. Saya log out dulu ya, Pak.
Passwordnya apa ya?
Yeah, that was very strange. While you're doing that, I'm going to try it in another location and see whether I'm able to do it here. whether I have the same problem. You know what we'll do, guys, is I'll go ahead and validate it on this side, and then next time we send other hotspots, we'll go through I'll teach you how to do that again for the next batch, but we don't need to try and waste time right now to figure it out. I'll go ahead and let me see if I can do it from my end.
Okay.
Let's see. I gotta go log back in into my admin account.
Michael, I want to send you the document from government uh, to register the ihub global website.
Okay, great.
The standard procedure. Can I send to you or John Klim?
Well, send it to Ilya and me,
Okay.
because
Okay.
Ilya works with Eric, like, side by side, and Eric's the one that's
Okay.
going to deal with it. Eric or John Krim. Not
Okay.
something that I do. So if you send it to me, I just have to forward it to them. But since you've already been interfacing with Ilya, let's do it that way. But copy me and also copy John Krim. John is just John at ihub.global. So send it to the three of us.
Yes.
And between the three of us, we'll make sure it gets done.
Yes. It is the official document, so it is normal for
Okay.
every company.
All right, so let me go to hotspot. Let's see here. Hotspot admin, hotspot management, unvalidated hotspots. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Oop. Where's our chat? Okay, so Fluffy Topaz Condor. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again, because I think at this point it's going to be similar to what you're going to see. Even though it's through my admin link, at least you'll get a visualization of it.
Yes.
Got to find the right screen here. Oops. Okay, so this is the validation. So it's assigned to you, and this, and under manage. Uh-oh, I just lost. You probably just lost me. Yeah.
I can see your screen.
The screen.
Okay. I've been having problems sharing my screen. It just says Zoom quit unexpectedly. So do you still see? Are we still connected?
Still
Yes,
connect.
I still see your screen.
Still see.
Hotspots to be validated. Pak Agung tadi nggak bisa login pakai info yang saya kasih di Zoom chatting, Pak.
Saya belum ini soalnya tadi kan Michael bilang ya nggak usah gitu. Jadi saya nggak.
Nah, maksudnya sambil nunggu di.
Oh,
Yeah.
coba
Oke,
Pak. Dicoba
All
Pak.
right. So I'm gonna just validate these for you right now. I can't share my screen right now because Zoom is not cooperating, but I'll go ahead and do it for you. You know what? I really do want you to see this. Let me exit Zoom. Let me exit the Zoom and I'll come back in on a different computer. How's that? Is that okay?
Okay.
Oke.
Yeah, let me do that because I do want you to see this, and I'll just I'll come back with the computer where I'm not having these issues. So I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Ini saya coba ya Pak.
Iya, Pak Agung.
Ya Pak.
Kalau di laptop VPN-nya pakai apa ya Pak Agung ya?
Saya pakai VPN yang apa tuh namanya free. Saya posting di itu sih Pak di Telegram yang attachment sama Chrome. Karena saya pakai Chrome jadi saya pakai itu Pak.
Enggak, ini udah lama enggak ini sih.
Iya. Please include an di depannya ada A-nya ya Pak ya. Dia minta A.
Maksudnya?
Di username-nya waktu saya masukin Pak, itu muncul dia bilang please include itu yang A dalam kurung itu Pak. Nggak tahu kenapa muncul itu. Saya copy dari yang Pak Putra posting di chat, saya copy langsung saya paste di ininya. Cuman waktu diklik login dia bilang please include an A yang dalam kurung itu Pak in the email. Oh, in the email address. Kok in the email address I have partner is missing an atau saya sharing Pak ya, saya sharing. Bentar, Pak, saya sharing ininya Pak, munculnya gimana? Nah, munculnya begini Pak. Munculnya begitu. Kalau saya klik login muncul begitu Pak.
Oh, dia minta email itu ya?
Nggak ngerti Pak apa itu.
Enggak kan kalau dulu kan loginnya dulu bisa pakai email, bisa
Oh
pakai
iya,
ID.
pakai email justru Pak, pakai email Pak, harus pakai email Pak. Emailnya apa Pak?
Lupa saya. Bentar.
Iya pakai email Pak, ini kan judulnya itu email bukan username Pak.
Ini saya
Selalu pakai email sih.
Extension, klik puzzle icon.
Saya coba posting aja Pak, kalau Pak Putra ingat apa emailnya saya posting.
Ini kok saya udah ngidupin VPN, tapi kan itu kan saya klik ya, free VPN, terus pinnya saya klik.
Ini Pak, kalau saya munculnya begini Pak.
Enggak, ini VPN-nya ini udah saya klik, dia udah aktif apa belum nih, kok saya panggil kok dia masih diblokir terus sayanya.
biasanya muncul begini, Pak, kalau saya.
Ya.
Terus nanti, nah ini kalau ini berarti sudah
Itu
kalau
connect
ada,
kan?
ya udah
Iya,
connect, Pak.
ini kok saya
Okay.
udah balik lagi ke ini.
Ya, Pak.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, I can see you.
Okay, good. Hey, I'm able to log into your account properly on this computer. So let me get and share my screen. And at least I'm pretty sure. So I'm in your back office right now. And what I did was I'll just start off from the beginning so you can see this is your dashboard, right?
Okay.
And then I go to Helium Track, Hotspot Viewer. Then I click on unvalidated hotspots, and you can see you've got your 5 hotspots there.
Yes.
And so you click it, and so here's where you can, well, first you validate it, and then after you validate it, then you're going to put in the location, the actual street address or GPS coordinates for where the hotspot is, so that the blockchain knows where it's actually located. So the first thing is we'll go ahead and validate the hotspot, and it brings up this screen. So right now it's in your name. If you wanted to transfer it to somebody else, then you could click this down arrow and put in somebody else on your team and transfer it to somebody on your team. Okay. I'll just leave them right now, but that's where you do it. So you do it here, or if you want to keep the ownership, but just have somebody else on your team host it, you can keep ownership and have them host it, and then they get 10% of what the unit is using. So the owner gets 50%. The host gets 10%.
Okay.
But if you got somebody hosting the unit, then the referrer of the owner doesn't get the 10% they normally get. So normally the owner gets 50 and the person that sponsored the owner gets 10%. But if the owner transfers the unit to one of their hosts, that 10% moves from the referrer to the host, which isn't really a great thing. I mean, generally you want the referrer to have at least 10% of the unit that the actual owner, the actual person they sponsor is using. Do you follow me on that? But I'll show you a couple other things. So I don't want to throw too much information, but you're recording this, right? So you can go back and listen to it.
Yes.
So again, if you want to sell one of your units to another person, in other words, they're buying one of your units, or maybe they already paid you and you're just transferring the ownership, then you would go click this down arrow, and you could put in their email address, which I recommend. Putting in their name is difficult because there's so many names that are similar that it gets confusing and you can make a mistake. But if you put in the email address of the person you want to transfer, it'll bring up the whole thing, and then you'll know whether it's got the right person. And so, like just as an example, and I'm sorry, M. Agung, how do you pronounce your name?
Agung, just Agung.
Agung. So,
Yeah.
so you don't go by,
No
you don't
problem.
get called by M, you just go by Agung. So if I put in here Agung, for instance, let's see what it finds. You got 130,000 people on your team, so it's going to search through a lot of data, Dr. Pudra. So here it's finding different. So what I need to do is, but what's your
M? Sorry, Michael. In the front with M Agung. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let's try it this way.
Yes. Santoso. M Agung Santoso. Yeah,
Is
no,
this it?
no. M. Agung Santoso, sorry, Santoso. With
How do
Santoso.
you-
Sierra Alpha November.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it on your Zoom.
Yes.
But if we put in your email address, it's a lot simpler.
Yeah. Mama
Or-
Alpha Golf Sierra.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's not finding it.
My email.
Yeah, why don't you put
Mama.
it into the chat?
Okay, chat. Sorry.
That's why I never put in people's names, because it really gets confusing. The search is much better with an email address, something defined. So here it is.
Yes.
So in your actual
Oh.
registration, you didn't have the
Agung.
M.
Yeah, not with N.
Yeah, that's the
I
reason.
forgot.
Yeah. The other thing is 224125. Let's see if that works. If you know the
ID.
let's do that again. I'm sorry. Was it 224125?
Yeah.
Let's see if it finds it. Yeah, it found it that way too.
Yeah.
So either if you know their ID number, you can put it there, or their email address. That's the best way to do it. So if I did that, okay, you know, and it's saying warning, this will change who will receive the 50%, right? So that means that now you become in the system the owner of the unit. And to do it, you need to click approve and click save changes. We're not going to do it right now unless you want to. I don't know whether that's the case, Dr. Pudra, but I'm just showing you how you can do this. But if we go back and take a look now, let me share a different screen. Let's go back into your, hold on, give me a second to find it. Go back to your commission back office.
Maaf Pak Putra, tadi emailnya udah ketahuan ya Pak? Ya, pakai yang ihub Global ID Pak ya tadi.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember we were in your commission back office before, and we went to resources, my hotspots, and there wasn't anything there. Oh, it's still not. It's going to take about an hour for that validation to populate back here. But once it does, you'll see those 5 hotspots that we validate. We didn't validate any of them yet. That's the problem. Let me go back to this screen. Let's validate one for you. You're going to have one at your own location?
Yes.
Okay,
Fluffy Topaz.
Okay, so let me go back to the other screen. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to just I'm going to go back to here. I didn't do anything, so now I'll go back to unvalidated hotspots, and we'll go back to the fluffy topaz.
Pak Agung, punya Pak Agung apa Pak?
Alligator Pak.
Okay, so for yours,
can you activate the alligator? So Mr. Agung can activate it.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
The alligator owned by Mr. Agung.
For which one?
Alligator.
Trendy shadow alligator.
Let's do this one first, okay? So it's already got your name as the owner. We're not making any changes, but you'll be able to do changes if you want to, and from your commission back office once it's there. So we'll click approve, and we'll click here to save changes.
Yes.
And then we approve it. Okay. Yeah, we agreed. Successfully assigned user below. Okay. So
Okay.
I don't know whether it's instant. I think it may take an hour for it to transfer over. But let's take a look back here again. And let me refresh. Yeah, it's still not showing yet. So in about an hour, a little less now, you'll see that appear here. And then you'll have the ability to change owner or assign a host or anything that you could have done in the validation screen, you'll be able to do it here.
Okay.
Okay. But if we go back to the other screen, if I can find it. Sorry, I've got too many windows open. Okay, so if we go back to this one, all right, and we go back to hotspot viewer, we go back to unvalidated hotspots. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even need to do that. We were still there. So here we see the fluffy topaz count. Now it's listed under my hotspots, right?
Yes.
It's showing as offline. And now when you click manage, you can change the address, the location, and you do that by clicking on it, and then you go to the next step. Then you would put in your information. I'm not going to go through this all right now, but I'm just showing you where you do it. And as you put in that information, it'll bring up a map. It'll show you where it is on the map. And if it's all correct, now there is a $25 fee to do it. You know, because there's a cost. Helium charges you to put the stuff on the blockchain, but once you do it, it'll be set up onto the new, it'll be showing now at your actual location. So the two things you need to do for your hotspots is you need to validate them, which we did on the first one, which gives you the opportunity to transfer it to somebody else, and then you need to change the address. Now, if somebody else buys the unit, you let them change the address so that they can pay the $25 unless you want to do it for them. And then they just pay you along with the hotspot. Sometimes I do that just so I don't have to train them. If I'm selling them one of my hotspots, I charge them whatever I charge them plus the $25. I go ahead and change the address for them and then transfer. Then after I change the address, then I transfer to the ownership to them. But once I transfer ownership, I can't do it from my back office anymore. So does that make sense? If you're going to do it for somebody else, you want to change the address and put the address in the hotspot while you're still the owner, and then you can transfer it to somebody else after you do that.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get back to hotspot viewer. We take a look at your unvalidated hotspots, and now you got 4 left to do. So which one? The alligator, is that the one you want to transfer to a gun?
Yes, trendy shadow alligator.
Okay.
This one.
So we go ahead and we validate it. And what was that? What was your ID number again?
Sorry.
I should have written it down.
Sorry.
24. Your email, max@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you put it in the chat. Let me just grab it from the chat again. Where's the chat?
Email?
No, you put it in the chat before, so I'll just go back to the chat.
Oh, okay. I think I have
For some reason, it's not letting me go back to chat.
No, I have
To 224125.
5, yes.
224125.
Yes.
Okay. 224125.
25.
Yes.
Yes.
I said 5, but I wrote 4. So since you're recording this, let me give you another piece of trivia on this validation page. Okay. If you were to change it to a gung and not click approve and then click save changes, it will move the unit to him, but he'll have to validate it on his side. If we do it this way, it'll be validated when he receives it.
Okay.
I don't know why you would do it otherwise, but if you don't click that checkbox, that's what happens. He'll have to go into his back office and validate it. But now it'll do that. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to go back here and see whether that's changed. Okay. So I'm going to just share this again. So now if we go back to your commission back office, you'll see that this is here, right? We're in your commission back office, and now your fluffy Topaz Condor is in here. And if we click change owner, basically you get that same kind of opportunity to change the ownership or to assign it to a host. Okay. Now there's an interesting thing, and I'm throwing a lot of information to you, so that may not be relevant right this second, but you can go back and listen to the recording. If you assigned a unit to a host, then you will have the opportunity, if you want to trigger that host being a coded leg for you in the coded teams on your way to build out to bronze, silver, and gold. You understand what I'm saying?
Is it automatically or not?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. The default is not to create a coded leg. You may not want to do that. Okay, you may want to have somebody host a unit, but you don't want to have them become a coded leg. That's your choice. But if you do want it, what happens is when you go here to my hotspots, you'll see that once you start having hosts, there'll be a dialog in this area that will list your hosts, and you can click on them to activate them as a coded leg. It'll be in the same location under my hotspots. It's just that there'll be another box of information here, and it'll show the people that you posted, and it'll ask you if you want to code them.
Okay.
So again, it's a lot of information. And there's another piece of information you'll get once you host a unit is you'll have the ability to share the HNT with somebody if you want. Right now, a host only gets 10%, right? But let's say you wanted to give them more than 10%. You'll have the ability to take from your 50% to give to the person.
Okay.
I mean, you totally control it. It's just, let's say maybe somebody split a hotspot with you and you want to share it 50-50. You'll have the ability to give them 25% and you keep 25%.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm just telling you that, and then if you have questions about it, you can come back and ask me and I'll show you again. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information right now. So is it clear what you need to do right now?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Do you know how to hook up the antenna?
Yes.
And you got the cables and the antenna?
Yes.
You want to put the antenna as high up as you can.
Oke.
So, and depending upon how long of a cable you have, that's going to be the limiting feature of how high up it goes. So you may want to put the hotspot as high up in where you're located as possible, so that with the antenna you can get it as high as possible. I don't know how long of a cable they sent to you. Do you know?
Around 5
10 meters.
5
5
meters.
meters, so 15 feet. Yeah, 5 meters,
Yes.
that's a pretty good length. But you could actually get cable lengths as long as 50 meters. No, 50 meters. 15 meters. That would be about 45 feet. Yeah.
Oke.
You don't want to go too much more than 50, more than like 20 meters, because you'll lose signal strength the longer the cable is. And then you lose the benefit of having the antenna if you lose too much signal.
Maximum 15 meters, Michael, ya?
Yeah, I would say maximum 15 meters.
Okay.
That's probably why they sent you 15-meter cables. That's pretty long, 45 feet. All right. Do you guys have any other questions for me? We can always do this again as you need it.
Yeah. Is it all the hotspot that give to Indonesian? Is it already with the name?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Is it the hotspot, the device that deliver to Indonesia next? Is it already with the name?
Every hotspot that we have connected to the Helium blockchain is given the name.
Okay.
So that's why you've got the name, and that's why we have to transfer it from ihub to you.
Okay. That's why because the video that the 6th video is not tell like that, yeah. The Eric is not telling us about that.
Which video?
The sixth video in the account.
Hold on a second.
With the Linxdot set up for the Linxdot device.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Hold on.
In the support center.
Under support?
Yeah. And then sorry, live training, sorry, training videos. Yes.
So all he's doing is teaching you how to set up the hotspot
The
itself.
Linxdot. Yeah. They have 6 video for the validating. Also have the third video is for validating. This rack.
Yeah, this one here. That's the Linxdot.
Linxdot, yes.
So what were you asking about that?
Eric don't mention about the names.
He doesn't mention the name. Well, the name comes on the box. We write the name on the box, right?
Yeah. I mean, in the video, he not mentioned about what we must doing like you.
Oh no, there's a different area in the training.
Oh,
if we go back to the training,
this is a standard, yeah, not the VIP program.
Yeah, so we were just looking at the individual setup for the different brands. But
Oh,
so getting your ihub hotspot, so setting up and installing your hotspot. Here, if you go to updating and managing your hotspot, it'll show you what we were just doing. How to validate your hotspot, how to assert your
okay.
location address,
Okay.
how to update the elevation. These are the three things that you're going to need to do.
Okay.
So
This
this
is
is where
under
you
the-
go to learn. This is where you go to learn how to do all that.
Okay.
So the training's all here. It's just that that other training was unique to the Linxdot. This training here is the same for all the different brands.
Mm. Sorry, the video is in the training videos, and
I'm sorry, say that again?
the location of the video training that you mentioned, just your
Yes, you go to Support Center,
Okay.
and then you go to Training Videos.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
here we are in Training Videos. And you'll see you got these different options there. And
Okay.
then you can look and see. So this
Oh,
was just this so
updating,
this one
yeah?
is just getting it set up.
Okay.
And then this is how to do the
Updating.
software changes that we were doing.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Okay.
And that's pretty much all you need to do. Some of this stuff doesn't matter anymore. Like you don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now now the hotspots are all on the validators. We're not having to download all the data. It's a lot easier now than it was before they activated the validators.
Mm. Okay. One more question, Michael. My device is already pairing with my Android. Then the next step is doing the validating for the location of a hotspot, like that.
So, you mean the alligator device?
Yes,
You've already paired it.
paired with my Android.
The purpose of pairing it with the Android is just to get it connected online.
Okay.
Okay. You need to set up the location from your back office.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
that's what we were showing in that
Okay.
training video.
But that step must we doing for the pairing?
Yeah, let me show you again. Well, I'm sorry, what are you asking about the pairing? The only time you need to pair it, is just to hook it up to your Wi-Fi.
Oh, not on for the our Android.
No, the only time you use the Helium app on your Android is just to connect the unit. Well, there's two things you can do. You can use it to connect the unit to your Wi-Fi, and you can use it to do a diagnostic on the unit if you need to. But none of the other functions you access through the Helium app. It's all done through your back office.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because the hotspot is not connected to the Helium app on your phone.
Okay, I know. They connected
Because it's already connected to ihub.
ihub. Okay. Okay.
That's why you have to do it through the back office.
Okay.
All right, now you guys are becoming experts and you'll be able to train other people. So
Yes,
first we
thank
need
you.
to make sure that these units work there. And if they do, then we can, start expanding this process.
Okay. Michael, what is the solution to distribute more devices to Indonesia? Maybe
Well, this is
can you
the first
consider
step.
the VIP?
This is
VIP for Indonesia?
Yeah, this is the first step. If these units that we've already got work there like it's showing like they should, but we wanted to test it first. That's why we started off with 5, just to make sure. Then if that's the case, because the only difference is the part you plug into the wall. If we don't have to go through a process of buying them with the adapter for there, then it allows us to move quickly on doing this. Then we need to basically turn on the ability for people in Indonesia to order VIP units.
Yes. Yes,
And then
that's good.
it'll work. Then it'll pretty much work seamlessly.
Mhm.
So right
Okay.
now we're just kind of doing a test before, just to make
Yes.
sure we don't want to create a problem with a whole bunch of people getting units that don't work there.
Yes. Yes. Okay, it's clear now, Michael, to set up how to set up the hotspot on ihub back office, because yesterday we confused how to set
No,
up
you're
with
not the only
ihub
one.
or Linxdot.
I was confused the first time too. It's like, wait a minute, it says somebody else owns this hotspot.
Mhm.
What does that mean? You know, I had to call Chuck up and he goes, oh, no, that just means you're done. Remember, iHub, it's connected to iHub already. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, but almost everybody asked that the first time. Because they even if they heard it before, they're it's like in a panic. They're all excited. They're going through the setup, and then it's like, oh no, something's wrong.
Yeah, so ihub website is the only platform that connect to our device, right? So it has nothing to do with Linxdot dashboard or
Helium.
anything.
Well, no, you can use the Linxdot dashboard is useful to be able to get data on what the hotspot is doing.
Okay.
I mean, not all the hotspot brands have a dashboard like that. Linxdot's one of the best. And so, you know, that way you can look on there and you can see more of the activity that's happening.
Okay. And if we open the Linxdot dashboard, the wallet's still connected with ihub, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just looking at the blockchain to
Data.
see what the unit's doing.
Okay. So it is secure, Pak Agung.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's secure.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's no problem using the Linxdot site. All right.
Okay,
Very
Michael,
good.
what about the Loop TV? Do you
Ah.
think it will be available for Indonesia?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
great.
I doubt it. We'll have a different opportunity. We'll have a box that you can go to businesses that already showing content, and they don't have to change their content. I mean, maybe at some point Loop will have content there, but it's very expensive for them to license the content in every country. They do it right now. They're just starting with the English ones. They still haven't gone to Canada yet. And so, but we've got a box that we've always wanted to have that will allow us to put in businesses where they don't have to change their content. They can still watch the content they're wanting, but when an ad comes onto the screen, instead of it being the ad that the normal provider is happening, it will be an ad that's served by OpenView Media. And that's what will create the OVN tokens. So that's coming sometime next year.
Yes.
Okay. And
so that's way bigger. That's way bigger than Loop, actually. It actually will pay more than Loop. So yeah, so it's a good thing. But that's something that's coming.
Well,
other than ihub travel, do you think will be any opportunity for digital products without devices?
Oh, absolutely. We've got another
devices?
one. We've got another one that we're getting ready to launch probably early next year.
What about ERC?
ERC is absolutely amazing, but it's only for businesses in the US. Okay. So if you know somebody in the US that has a business, or if you know somebody in the US that you could sponsor as an affiliate that knows businesses, then I could turn on ERC in your back office. Actually, I think I saw it already. Yeah. Let me just take a look. I think you've already got ERC in your back office. You do.
Yeah. Because you're already open for the Loop. Meta.
Yeah. We must have activated you for Loop.
Yeah.
So So yeah, you can sponsor you for instance, there's a woman in Australia that is just calling on the phone the businesses in the United States and plugging them into the ERC program. And she started doing it in July, and she's already earned over $600,000.
Wow. Wow.
You know, but you know, it takes
That's
a
huge.
certain kind of person that's able to get on the phone and do that. But you could do exactly the same thing, or somebody in Indonesia could do exactly the same thing if they're inclined to do that. So you have the ability to participate in it, knowing that the only businesses that qualify have to be in the United States or the territories of the United States. So for instance, Guam is a US territory. You could do the same ERC opportunity to any business in Guam.
It
You
is like
understand?
a retention program, Michael. Retention program for the employee in the US.
Yes. Well, it's it's a government program, a government grant that the U.S. is providing to small businesses that were impacted during the pandemic. And so if there are small businesses in Guam that were impacted during the pandemic, then you could refer them and they get exactly the same ERC benefit as if it was just any other place in the United States.
Okay.
Granted, it's not as big as the United States, but at the same time, at least it's on the same time zones that you guys are in. We're close to it.
Yeah, so it's like I have global distribute the grant from US government.
Well, here's the way the program works. I mean, you could actually go into your back office. Let me share the screen and show you, because anything I tell you, you're going to want to review. So if we go to your ERC dashboard, okay, and you go to webinars, then you can watch these overviews. You can watch any of these things to understand how the program works. And then we've also got training, you know, where it goes through all the details of how it works. But all we're doing is we're just making a referral. So we're finding, all we need to do, well, actually, let me go share my screen again, just so I can show you the first thing that you need to do if you want to do this program is hold on. Let me go back to your ERC dashboard. Okay, so you see here where it says get started?
Yes.
So the first thing you need to do is you need to click on this basic training and take a course that'll take you about 10 minutes. And then once you do that, right, instead of this pink square saying get started here, it'll have your links that you send to a business. So if you're talking to a business in Guam or the United States or the US Virgin Islands or American Samoa or Puerto Rico, the various US territories, then you can send your link. All we do is we refer a business and get them to set up an appointment with our partner, bottom line. They do everything from there. You don't need to be an expert on ERC. You just need to know enough to tell somebody how to set up an appointment. And once they set up an appointment, they do everything else and you earn the commission on it. And if you go to compensation, you know, here's everything on the compensation. So just as an example, a business that has 20 employees that was affected during the pandemic, and just about every business was affected during the pandemic, then then that generally, depending upon whether they took advantage of some other government programs, could generate between $10,000 and $26,000 to the business. So 20 employees generally could generate on an average about $300,000 that the business earns as a grant that they don't have to pay back. It's not a loan. So the business is going to get $300,000 by the agreement with Bottom Line, which is the company we're partnered with, is they charge a contingency fee to do all the work for them. It's a very complex process. And that fee generally is around 20% or 25%. So if they were going to be able to earn $300,000 and they were paying a 20% fee, that would be $60,000 out of the $300,000 they receive that they pay Bottom Line. Out of that $60,000, you get, if you're the referrer, you get 17% of that. So that would be $10,200 that you would earn for referring a business to Bottom Line. And your sponsor would get 5%. That would be $3,000. 5% of 60,000 is $3,000. So the money's crazy. The money's crazy. This is the biggest opportunity we've ever seen in our entire career, where you're able to help a business, and most businesses don't know that they're qualified, or they think that they're not qualified. And you know, you're doing a huge service to them that's like found money for them. And like, for instance, Chuck, where he bought his car, the car dealership, he asked them, hey, did you take advantage of this? And they said, no, our accountant said we don't qualify. And Chuck said, well, there's a good chance that you do. Why don't you get on a 5-minute call, no obligation, just for a second opinion? They got on the call. They qualified for $1 million.
Wow.
$1 million. And out of that $1 million, Chuck is getting, like, let me see what the number was. Hold on one second. I mean, I've never seen anything as crazy as this. That's how that woman in Australia made $600,000 since July.
Yeah, because
So-
the businesses that she referred maybe got more than $1 million.
Well, I mean, she's doing multiple businesses, you know.
Mhm.
So just out of this one from Chuck, the business got $1 million.
Mhm.
And let's say the contingency fee on it, let's say it was 20%. So
20%?
that means that $200,000.
20%? That's big.
Well, but that's what Bottom Line gets. The Bottom Line gets 200,000. Out of that, the referrer gets 17%.
17%.
Mhm.
That's $34,000 just for the referral. Bottom Line does all the work. It takes them 3 to 6 months to do all the work. But just for providing the referral, just getting them an appointment with Bottom Line, you make $34,000. It's crazy. You know, it could take you, you know, a short amount of work to get a business to do that. And once they do that, it's in Bottom Line's hands. And then we
Yes.
track it in our own back office. So the numbers are crazy. Let me show you something here. If we go back to the dashboard and we go to the leaderboard, we've only started this 6 weeks ago. Look at this. This guy has gotten 94 businesses already in the system. Can you imagine?
Wow. Yes.
I mean, if the average is $10,000, he's already, you know, close to $1 million. So is that right? Let's see, 100 times 10,000. So 10,000, 100,000, $1 million. That would be $1 million. So this is just in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Anyway, so you can see why we're so excited about this ERC program.
Mhm.
And for people that can speak English, they could do it from wherever they are, or they can sponsor people that speak English that do it for them.
Is that the validity of this program? When this program will expire?
It will expire it will be over April 15, 2025.
Oh, 25. Oh, that's low.
25.
So we still have enough time to refer.
Yeah, but people are starting to find out about it faster and faster. There's everybody's trying to get in on it. So there's advertising like crazy for ERC right now, but
Mhm.
still a lot of businesses don't think they qualify. So in the US, there's about 6 million businesses that could qualify for ERC, but so far only 16% have done anything.
Mhm. Yes.
So yeah, we still have plenty of time to do it, but there's a lot of competition. So you want to do it, you want to get involved quickly.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, I got to run. I gave you a whole lot of food for thought.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Hey, listen, I'm happy to help you any way I can. We can do more of these kinds of things. I'm just excited that we're able to start getting hotspots in Indonesia. But
Yeah.
I can tell
Yes.
you it's going to take a long time to earn $10,000 from one deal.
Yes.
And HNT has at its low right now. HNT is at $2.31. So
Yeah,
it'll
very
go
low.
back up, but it may be a year before it gets back up over $20 or $30. So in the meantime, you can make $1 million with ERC.
That's correct. Yes.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Okay. Thank you,
You're very
Michael.
welcome. And
Thank
thanks for
you.
hanging in there with us. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Oh, Mr. Gede just
All
in.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye-bye
very
now.
much, Michael.
You're welcome.
Have a nice
Okay, thank you,
evening.
Michael.
Halo Pak Gede.
Halo ya,
Baru
Pak.
masuk Pak Gede.
Iya, tadi kesiangan.
Iya, eh, Pak Gede itu nanti apa? Pak Gede itu ada nama ininya, ada nama alatnya Pak Gede, Pak.
Ini saya stop
Oh,
dulu
iya,
apa,
iya.
Pak, recordingnya, Pak? Apa terusin aja, Pak?
Ditutup aja, ditutup.
Tutup dulu, Pak, ya.
Ya.